We'll first show you how to track a form submission. Go back to Google Tag Manager and select New Tag. And then name the tag the conversion you're wanting to track. In this instance, it'll be form submission. Next, click Tag Configuration. In here, you'll be given a list of all their different tags that integrate with Google Tag Manager. Since we want to set up a conversion, select Google Ads Conversion Tracking. You will see an orange triangle with the text Conversion Linker Tag missing in container. You only need to set this up once per Google Tag Manager and Google Ads connection. Click Create and then Save, and then just save again. You should then have a big green tick. In the remainder of the tag, we have some boxes we need to fill out with some information. Go back to your Google Ads conversion section and then copy the information from the form submission conversion. We now copy it over to the Google Tag Manager account. So copy the conversion ID code and then go put it in the conversion ID section of your tag in Google Tag Manager. Make sure it is exactly as it is in Google Ads. Now go do the same for the conversion label, copy it from the Google Ads and then put it into the Tag Manager. So what we just set up was which conversion in Google Ads we want to track and send conversion data back to. We now need to set up where the tag is placed on the website so we have accurate tracking. We call this the trigger. There are 3 ways to set up this form tracking. The first is by tracking the thank you page. Now, a thank you page is the page after somebody submits a form that says, "Thank you for reaching out." Try submitting your lead forms to test if you have one. If the form just redirects you to the home page or another page on the website that can be reached just by browsing your site, then it can't be used for this tracking. This is because we only want to track people that do complete a contact form. If you do have a thank you page, then what we can do is go set it up in the Tag Manager account by clicking Trigger, then click plus at the top right, click the white box, and then click Page View. Then select Some Page Views. And then from the first drop-down, select Page URL. Then input the URL of your thank you page. Don't include your domain, just include everything that happens after it. So for instance, if your URL is clickedacademy.com/thank you, then just include the thank you part. If the URL for the thank you page is slightly different every time, then you can select Contains from the drop-down options and then include the part of the URL that remains the same. For instance, if it's thank you ID 27, for instance, and it goes 28, 29, and keeps going to a different number each time a form submission happens, then you can do URL contains thank you, and then it will include all of them. Whatever your URL is, put it in here, then click Save, and then Save. Then save the whole tag and make sure it's appropriately named. Once you've saved, then you need to publish your changes to the website by clicking Submit at the top right. Always make sure this is done, otherwise your tracking won't work as it won't be published to the website. Now, the second way to track forms is by setting up a trigger for when all forms on your website are submitted. Now, this can be very easily done by clicking plus new trigger, and then selecting the form submission trigger, then all you need to do is select all forms and then save the tag and publish it. Now, you should not use this form tracking method if you have any search bars on the website. Search bars are considered forms, so if you select all forms, then when somebody does a search on your website, it will trigger a form submit event, which is obviously not accurate. Also, if you do have multiple forms on your website and you want to track how each one performs, then this tracking method won't give you that information, as if any of those forms are fired back in Google Ads, the conversion name that you've set it up with will just report all the conversions under. If you have multiple forms or a search bar on your website, then you should use the third tracking option.